Hey everybody, Reverend Rob Lee here. Did you know that a recent Gallup poll for this year stated that what's the number? Only 46% of the United States is unhappy. Almost half. And then, you're saying, well, Rob, that means more than half are. No, because 9% actually stated in the Gallup poll that they were completely unhappy, completely dissatisfied with their life. And since this poll's been taken, this is only the second or third time in like 2 to 3 decades where this is happening. What's going on? We're going to talk about it. Hang tight, all right?
Reverend Rob Lee, bold, smart, and straight to the point. This is Tarot with an Attitude.
All right. So there are three. Hello, everybody, and good evening. Welcome to Tarot with an Attitude. All right. Kind of excited about this tonight because these stats and these things is absolutely crazy. All right. But we're going to talk about, did you know that there are 3 reasons, when I started doing the research, there are 3 main reasons for being unhappy. Like I said, so in that Gallup poll, if 46% of us are not happy, not feeling fulfilled, things like that, there was also a study done that I read that said there are virtually 10 to 20 reasons, but we're going to talk about the top 3 reasons right here. All right. And that's one of the things that's going to be very, very important that we discuss. So, one of the things, I want to start with the bottom one. All right. Starting at number 3. Okay. One of the main things that is prevalent in causing people to be unhappy, all right, is focusing on things that are out of your control. We're talking about anticipating challenges or surprises that may never happen. Anxiety, fear, all of this stops our forward progress. It stops our evolution. It stops where we're supposed to go. All right? We're finding out that people have this huge fear of failure. Hey, everybody that's coming in the door, pop in, say hi, see what's going on. And, so people are dwelling on these fear of failures. And you know what's coming in with that? What other people think. It's perfectionism. It's trying to be perfect, trying to make sure everybody likes you, that everything you do is perfect. And one of the things that's happening in this is we're losing sight of what's going on in our real life. When we stop chasing our dream, we become stagnant. Ironically enough, the number 2 thing that popped up, believe this or not, was holding grudges. Holding on to negativity about something that happened days or even months ago. Sometimes even years. And let's talk about that. When we hold grudges, what happens? Well, the first thing is we become emotionally exhausted. We keep reliving past wrongs, which can drain you, and your energy just gets sapped. Ever been that way? And also, you're not starting your day or ending your day on that full note because you're dwelling on things of the past. It increases our stress in holding grudges. Now, when we hold these grudges, stress happens. You know what happens with stress? High blood pressure. All of this can affect our mental and physical health, let alone our emotional health. So the other thing is about holding grudges, and a lot of people don't think about it. Hey, Miss Deborah, glad to see you. Wow, Bangarang, glad you're coming in. Saying hi, other people coming in. We'll see what happens, all right? But welcome and bangarang. All right. There's Miss Deborah right there, okay? So, Deborah, we're talking about, different things about being happy and how we can live bold. And I want to get into pulling some cards on this in a little bit, okay? But when we hold grudges, do you realize that this can also damage your current relationships and future relationships? I want you to think about it. What starts happening is when you're focusing on things that happened in previous relationships, all right, we start building barriers, all right? And we start letting those barriers affect our ability to relate to other people. Lack of trust, anger, but the biggest thing is fear and trust issues, okay? And what starts happening is we start building an isolation with other people, and therefore we're missing some of this stuff. We're missing life. We're missing how to move ahead boldly. All right? That's huge. Then we look at the number one. Now, this one's got a flip side to it, okay? But the number one thing, and ironically, I think it tags right in. Number one would roll right into number two, not living in the present. See how they kind of work hand in hand? We forget to be grateful about what we have, and we miss things that are happening around us that could actually bring happiness because we're focused in the past. These things are huge, and they're what's going to cause us problems and keep us from moving on and living what we call a bold life. You know, what is a bold life? You know, here's something I want you to, we're all going to have to think about, okay? When we say, I'm going to live a bold life, what does that mean? Where does it go? What do you picture? And a lot of people talk about, and the first thing they think of is material things that's going. But living a bold life, a lot of time, is living without fear, stepping forward, stepping into the things that you want to do, being able to put yourself out there so things can happen, so you can start feeling fulfilled. How many of us have jumped into, and we get started, we called it practicality or whatnot, we get into these hamster wheel jobs, okay, where yes, they pay the bills, all right, but then we get so caught up with them, and they keep us just surviving life long enough that we feel like we can't get off. Fear stops us from jumping off, and sometimes we need to poke a knife in that hamster wheel and stop it and have it flung off. We want to get out. I remember one time working for a call center, all right? And, they announced that they were closing. A lot of us losing our jobs. Monica Madigan, hey, tribe, good to see you, and bangarang. Glad you are here. Thanks for being here tonight. The tribe getting together. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Now, what was funny, there was two steps of funny with this. When the big boss called us all in the room, she's him hawing around. Anybody had any brains knew this was coming. They sold the company. And I looked at her, I said, you're hell of a death notification. You suck at it. And everybody started laughing like, Rob, this is really tense. I said, we're all out of a job. When are we closing? And she's like, I was going to tell everybody. I said, but you weren't. All right. And everybody starts crying. And I looked around and people got mad at me because I looked around and I said, 3 days ago, we had a hurricane and 3 of y'all in this room that are crying were actually saying you hope the roof got blown off this place. And everybody started looking up, and I'm like, folks, most of you are miserable. All right? But now that you're faced with what you were wishing for, now fear sets in. And that's where most of us forget how to live a bold life. Do we step forward? Do we do some of the things that we need to do? Are we living a full life of joy? Are we holding on to grudges? Are we staring too much at the past? All right? Even in mindfulness and being present, okay? We miss things that go by that could bring us joy today or at this time. All right? Now, I'm not one of those that believes in actual everything's great, everything's sunshine. We have to face when things are wrong. And now there's actually a thing because a lot of people have gotten into this, just stay positive, stay positive, everything's going to be good. Now, in the mental health world, there's a term called toxic positivity. Just like with mindfulness. There are things that happen in our life we need to deal with. We need closure. Yes, and if something happens in your life today that sucked, you need to deal with it. All right. But we don't need to be hanging on to it tomorrow, the next day, the following day, and missing other things and other opportunities. This is important in tonight's message of what's going on. Now, I'm going to draw some cards here in a second, and I got more people coming in the room. If you have a question or something you want me to pull a cards on, just let me know, because I'm just talking about something that was given to me today for tonight. And living bold. And one of the biggest things about living bold is getting rid of fear. Again, that perfectionism. Again, what is somebody going to think? What's going to happen? Those things. Everybody's saying, hi, I love it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, man, we're getting a little slow. I guess Monday nights might need to be 7 o'clock. Some people are really dragging tonight. We'll find out what's going on, but that's okay. All right, you don't know till you try. All right. Let's see what's happening here. So let's pull some cards, and let's pull some cards about one of the things we can do. And when I say that, sometimes I keep thinking of stripes and what you do, okay? What we can do is remember, okay, how do we live a bold life? How do we set some things aside? So I'm going to ask Spirit right now to come in and tell us, what is a key to a bold life? Let's just ask that question and find out what Spirit has to tell us. What is a bold life? Okay? Let's see what happens. And let's see where this goes. All right? Good evening, everybody. I see some people still hanging out in the cheap seats. All right? It's okay. Let me know if there's anything I can do, or what we want to do if there's something. So I'm going to cut the deck, all right? And we're going to go with our shadow card, So this card came upside down. So we're going to look at that. Tonight I'm going to do some reversals. We're going to talk about it, So this is the Page of Coins. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it, all right? And what happens is, if you notice, this page is like doing everything he can to move this horse, putting everything in it. But what happens is we start blocking that will to push forward. All right? We have to stop blocking it. We have to realize and get into that we can move mountains. We can do things we want to do if our heart and soul is into it. And this is in the real world. Now, the light card to this is about using your intuition. 2. And you know what I want you to see here? 2 is about relationships, it's about personality, it's about different things. Tori, welcome. Good evening, Bangarang. Glad you are here. Wow. All right. We're all getting in here together. All right. But fear, all right? One of the things we need to do about learning to live a bold life is remember to have a relationship with yourself. Stop worrying about what so many other people are. Dwell on your thoughts, your action, your attitude. And you know what? Through that, the fear, you will be able to make steps forward. You will be able to push through, and you will be able to start moving things. These are the steps towards living a bold life. That is just amazing. So, when we look at this and we look at, in the real world, building a solid base. Now, where's your base in the real world? What I want to ask you, and I want you to think about it, and I'd love to hear some answers, okay? But when we're trying to live a bold life, how can you live a bold life if you haven't made a good foundation for yourself? A good solid base in the world, in knowing what's going on, things that are happening. What do you believe? Where do you believe it? We touched on some of that last week, all right? But the importance here is to understand you have to build a base to be able to live bold. You can't just jump out and go, all right? Where are you going if you don't know what you want, where you're at, and what you're looking for? And what I'm seeing here tonight is this importance of building this base is important of building the base within yourself. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about your self-worth? What are you worried about here with other people? Where are you spending your energy? Are you spending your energy building something? Or are you spending your energy worried about the mistakes you made yesterday while you were trying to build something? All right? This is one of the things we're trying to do and things I'm trying to show people. We keep hanging out in the past. Hey, everybody, more people coming in. Glad to see everybody here. Pop in, say hi. If you have a question, want me to answer a question for you, pull a card on something, let me know. All right? Just pop it in there and we'll find out what's going on. All right? But until you do these three things and realize you have to get passionate, okay, about moving and moving forward and making things happen, you have to get passionate about understanding your intuition and building a better relationship with yourself. You have to get passionate, all right, about building that foundation, knowing who you are, building your self-esteem, realizing your value, all right? We have here in coins. This card, again, came reversed. The sun. If you can't do these things, the sun is never going to fully shine in your life. And therefore, we fall into that 46% of people that are never really happy. You know, I find it odd that at this time, you know, with all the technology, everything we've got or whatnot, so many people are unhappy. So, you know, sometimes I wonder, did technology make this better or make it worse? Because again, I would invite you all to listen to, watch a show. I think it's on Netflix. I can't remember it. It's called Social Media. It's very informative. My wife and I watched it. And they interviewed the guy that made the little thumbs up for the like symbol. All right? And what they didn't realize, what he actually said, was we did not realize we were building something that would psychologically change the way people see themselves. And what he was getting at was it was merely a way to interact for people to go, I like what you said. That was the intent. But what they found out as they moved on, you might get 9,000 of these, you know, one of those. Is that what we're doing? You know? And get 2 of these. We will spend more time focusing on why the 2 people didn't like us or like what we said than focusing on 9,000 people. Wow. You know, people doing shows like me, I've heard people say, well, I only had 15 or 20 views. 15 people gave you the time to listen. They thought you were important enough to listen to what you've got to say. Folks, until we get to these places with a good solid foundation, the sun is never truly going to shine in our lives. All right? That is so important. Finally, we're going to look here, okay? We have abandoned structure. We've abandoned beliefs. We've abandoned different things. And you need to get back into your morning rituals. We talked about this last Wednesday night. You need to get back into understanding. Saying prayers. You know what? And I'm guilty of this one. I've let this one go. Saying thank you for the food, okay? I don't care if praying to God, praying to the universe or whatnot, but realize no matter what you're fixing to eat, there's somebody that would kill for it, okay? We are blocking. We are not following the basic rules of what it takes to be happy. This is important. That's what's going on. And so with that, how do we ever expect to be happy? You know what? We have to keep moving. Things have to move. You got to find that fire back in your life, all right? What makes you happy? You know, we did a show this weekend. Gilly and I did a show together. And some of the questions I got asked were by fairly young people, okay? But they were like, what have I got to do to be happy? And some of them have it right at their feet, but fear is keeping them from moving on it. What are people going to think about me? What if I fail? Fear of failure. That's one thing I can remember, that I will say this with my dad. So what if you fail? So what if they laugh at you? Okay? You get up and do it again. Or you learn from your mistakes and move on. But you have to keep living. We're so incumbent on that. We feel betrayed so many times. We're worried about getting stabbed in the back. And that can't be our focus and our worry. That's why the happiness is waning from our society right now. We're so focused on things that are completely out of our control that we don't know what to do. Gillian, Rob, a member in the gallery, is asking if there are any messages Spirit thinks we need to be aware of with this comet that has been visiting us. Yes, I need glasses. It's that simple. All right? Because I haven't seen it yet. All right? But no, we can do that. We also, one of the things, all right, and here, it's a good question. But along those lines, and I'm going to pull another deck to answer it because I want to keep going with this. All right? Real quick. All right? We're not walking our own path. The Hermit is here to say we're supposed to be walking our own path. We are worried about it. And in somebody's thing with the comment, look at what came up with this. I'm going to turn this over. All right? Look up. I can tell you numerous different things about the comet and different things, depending on your religious beliefs, where you go, what you believe in, different things. All right? The Bible and Revelation told us, look up, because things are fixing to happen. Signs shall be in the sun, moon, and stars. All right? There are different things that are supposed to happen. But that all depends on your personal belief. But one of the things about happiness is not walking your own path. And we stop looking up and we start looking to everybody else to make sure I'm getting my thumbs up. That's what's crazy, folks. And then finally here, one of the things, sometimes we're giving too much. And this is the 6 coins. We give too much credit to people that don't deserve it, that don't worry about it. There are people that tell me every time all the things I did wrong in this show. You know what? Okay. I don't care. And I don't even give it a second thought because I've got to do what I feel is right for each show and for the message and with the cards that are coming up. I keep seeing my fingers on camera and it looks like I ate Cheetos, but I didn't. So I don't know what that red is. All right. So we're going to go there. So let's go back to the comet question. All right. Let's go back to the comet question. And I'm trying to look at which deck I want to use. That's not it. Yeah, we're going to go to the angel deck. All right. So the question was, does Spirit have any messages that we need to be aware of with this comet? It's an astrological event. All right. Not everything. And that's one of the things. Is it in our control? That's cool. Let Spirit know if something needs to happen. Spirit will tell us. Spirit will let us know. My thing is right now, I'm going to tell you my gut and everything I've got, all right, is saying it's an astrological event. There's going to be more. I would be more worried and have entertained thoughts about why are we seeing the aurora borealis so much? Well, we're having these storms, things like that, and other people don't worry about it. But that's our sun. That's our sun that is going through all of these different things or whatnot. So there are things that are happening, and we need to be aware of that. Michael, good to see you. Where are you? There you are. Everything, couple people popped in. Good to see you. Glad you are here. Wow, it's been a long time. Hope everything's going well for you. Miss Gina Loftus, I'm glad you make it. Bangarang. Glad you are here. Glad you are here. Wow, any questions, let us know. Hey, someone in the gallery had asked Gillian to ask me a question, all right? And we're talking about some of the signs in the sky, different things, all right? With the asteroid, my personal gut feeling is it's just a thing. But the one that's got me bothered is all of us seeing the aurora borealis. I grew up going, you just got to go to Alaska or somewhere. Hey, Nikki, good to see you. Welcome in, sweetie. Glad you are here. Bangarang. The tribe's gathering around. Glad you are here. So one of the things, we're going to pull, I'm going to ask, the question was about the comet. What do we need to know about the comet? Is there any messages? And again, I'm kind of getting blanks on this one, but we're going to ask, okay, and see what's going on. All right. So the comet game, 9 of Raphael. Make a wish, dreams become reality. How many times have we talked about make a wish on a shooting star? All right. That's what they're saying. Things are, love, if anything, people started to unite over seeing a comet, and it took our mind off all the other crap. People are watching the aurora borealis, and it's taking their minds off the other things. The 3 of Gabriels. Is this a sign of things to come? Prosperity arising from wise planning. I do think some things are fixing to change. We are in a shift, and some things are happening, and I'm wondering if this is not somebody calling our eyes. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate this message. Y'all bear with me, okay? But this just came to me. Take our eyes off of the earth and what's going on here and look up and realize we have this massive universe. We have these wonderful things that are happening, all right? While we're all fighting about politics and morals and standards and beliefs or whatnot. And what did I say at the very beginning? A lot of things that are not in our control. So I'm really getting that as a message that they are sent for us to remember there's something bigger than us, and this life is not infinite. It's an earthly life. I do believe we will move on, things will happen, and once we leave this body, things will happen. Once we know, science has already predicted and know that at some point, now they're saying in the hundreds of thousands of years or whatnot, that the sun will explode. We have a finite amount of time on this planet. And then all of a sudden, we've got the aurora borealis, we've got the comets, things like that. I do believe some of this is God's way of saying start looking up instead of looking down. All right. Hey, Dr. TM, much love to you. Good, glad you're here. See what's happening, find out what's going on. Love message from my spirit guide. Thank you. You will absolutely. I will get on it. We're talking about. Someone asked a question about messages about the comet and things like that, and I kind of went into the aurora borealis. 6 of Raphael. All right. Embrace your inner child. New friends or rekindle relationships, children or childhood. And you know what? What I'm really picking up here, and this is going to sound silly, and I don't care if y'all accept what I say or whatnot. I'm just giving it as it comes out. All right. In this 6 of Raphael emotionally, it talks about remembering. Remember when you believed in magic? Bangarang. Remember when you thought somebody could fly? Bangarang. Remember when we believed magic could actually happen and people could change things? Bangarang. I think some of these are signs to get us to look up and to go back into remembering childhood. The night of Michael. Finally, here we have time to move quickly. Like I said, I think it's a reminder we have finite time. Stop being unhappy. There are things going on that are completely outside of our control. So Michael is here to tell you, get your crap together up here, and it's time to move on. Move on with your plan. Charge. Look at what this says. Choose logic over emotion. Sudden changes. There are changes that are coming, okay? Ironically, these are both emotional cards. This is Raphael. This is love. Subconscious. Conscious. All right? Did it give you pause? Did it make you think? That's what I think they're there for, and that's what I think people are starting to ask. The 10 of Gabriel, the 10 of Wands, the 10 of Fire. Ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. Wow, I don't know if that's on the asteroid or going on what I was talking about earlier about being happy and living a bold and beautiful life. You know, the 3 of Raphael. Wow, a lot of Raphael involved here. And this is talking about celebration. Reasons to celebrate, a community of friends, happy announcements regarding relationships or children. So I do believe, I said 2 years ago, okay, I'm going to bring this off, and then Dr. TM, I'll get to you, I promise. All right, but I want Gillian will remember this. Some of y'all will remember this. I believe it was in 2020 or 2021. I did predict that extraterrestrial life would be acknowledged, and within that year, nobody acknowledged it, but they did start admitting that some of the things they have caught on camera, the government finally admitted and the Navy finally admitted, we don't know what they are. They are truly unidentified flying objects. I think some of this is to remind us to keep looking up. Call me crazy. You know what? I'm going to show you my shirt, okay? I got on my Sasquatch and my UFO shirt and my little alien saying peace to everybody. Was that planned for tonight? No, I just like the shirt, okay? I enjoy the shirt. People will stop and honk their horns at me and give me a thumbs up when I'm walking around with the shirt downtown, all right? What I need to know, or what I feel, and I have felt all along, coming up here very soon, there's going to be some type of celestial event, all right, that's going to change the absolute way we look at things, okay? And the way we look at life as a whole. That's going to make us seem small. So I'm just going to tell you that's what I feel, okay? And tell you that's what I'm picking up in all of these things. There's more to the story. Stay tuned. So now then, let's get back up here. Dr. Chiamori, I love a message from my spirit guides. If anybody wants a message, just drop in, say what you need, what you want to hear, and we'll get right to it. Needed something cold. All right, Dr. TM, I keep getting pulled and looking over at my sun and moon deck. So I'm going to bring this bad boy up, and let's take a look. I love this deck. A little different, all right? But let's take a look. Dr. TM wants a message from the spirit guide. So this is a message. Now, everybody pay attention, because sometimes a message for one is a message for all or for others. Let's find out. So here we go. Dr. TM. All right, we're going to start. We're going to cut the deck. All right. Let's take a look at Shadow card first. All right. Shadow card. 2 of Pentacles. Wow. What did I just get done talking about? Change. Change is coming too. He's juggling. And what I want you to see here is, if you look, he's using the infinity symbol to show it, but we have the positive and the negative, different things, okay? White and black. I don't believe so much in positive or negative, Dr. TM, but I believe in light and dark energies. And we are going to find out. And what I see for you is you've been trying to do a balancing act in your physical world between maybe spiritual and physical, emotional and physical, your fire, getting it done, and then doing what needs to be done. There's a balancing act that's going on, but change is what is calling for. One of the things you need to change, or that you're being called on to check out, is your perspective. Maybe some changes need to be looked at. If y'all would, when we're done, go back and look at the beginning of the show, okay? Because we talked about the 3 things that are there that cause the most unhappiness. They're the top 3 things, all right? And the mindset that has to change. So some of what we have to do is look at what's affecting our happiness, where our heart's at, and maybe we actually need to take a look in our physical world about changing our perspective and what we see and what's happening for us. Those are the different things. Now, Dr. TM, Seven of Swords, futility. When I see the Seven of Swords a lot of times, that's a warning to me that someone's being disingenuous. And I would throw you a caution. Now, whether that could be, I want you to be honest with yourself or whatnot, but this is a mental state, okay, where somebody's not being honest, okay? If I take the card at face value, futility, sometimes I feel like we're shoveling crap against the tide, all right? You can't get ahead. You can't get ahead, all right? And this is one of those things where we have to change our perspective and find out what's going on to be able to get there. Because we have Dominion, another two of Wands, all right? You have to build a plan, all right? The Two of Pentacles is about change. This is about dominion. Who rules your world? Your personal world that you are the center of, all right? That is one of the most important things, and is for you to say, you know what? I'm going to make a plan and I am going to dominate my own world and my own happiness. We are going to look at the princess. Look, we got fire again. The Princess of Wands. It's time to get off the hamster wheel and get back into doing what you're passionate about. Be fearless about it, not worry about other people. This is massive, Dr. TM. What a great reading. All right. You know, I screw this word up all the time. Satiation, but it's satiety. Okay. 10 of Cups. Life being full. There's a lot of things here. You can grasp hold of it. The moon's shining bright. The waters are clear. It's time for love. It's time to let some things go and realize, you know what? We got to regain our focus. Where do we want to go? What do you want to do? It is time to regain your focus. Ace of Pentacles. Dr. TM, I am saying for you, there are some new resources headed your way. So I don't know what you got going on or whatnot, but some things are fixing to work out for you. We've got the Six of Wands, and victory is coming your way. Wow. Bangarang. That's a lot of cards. All right. Really good. Good reading, Dr. TM. Thank you very much. Hey, everybody, make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, hit the like button, but most importantly, share. Let's find out what's going on. Tori, yes, that's so interesting about the comment. Thanks, Spirit. You know, and again, I always tell you when it's what I'm feeling, okay? But I'm telling you, we need to start being more, it's all about energy. It's all about the flow. It's all about the universe and what's going on. You know, Monica, love the shirt. Thank you. Had to show everybody. You know, it's one of those things. Michael, cool shirt. You know, thanks, everybody. Love it. You are welcome. Gina, first off, I miss you. Gina, I miss you too. A lot. Secondly, I would love a message from the universe. Message from the universe. Here we go. All right. You know what? Being told to keep using this deck. All right. It's funny. I didn't have it out, but I kept looking over it and it kept calling to me. So Gina, Miss Gina wants a message from the universe. All right. Message from the universe. There's so much energy going and moving and things that are happening. One of the big things the universe needs us to know. Well, we have to understand, I believe in energy. I believe that energy is there. And people will say, you know, the universe wants you to succeed. I don't believe that. Everybody's going to be like, what? You know, hold on before you stone me, okay? The universe puts all the energy out that we need. It is up to us of how we grasp that energy and how we use that energy, where we focus our energy. We are energy. Everything is energy. We're all connected, okay? And that is important. So the universe is saying, as far as going, boom, I've given you everything you need to succeed. Remember the Magician, okay, in the major arcana of the deck. All right, let's find out what's going on here. So, message from the universe. All right, here we go. We're going to do another cut, find out what's going on, and I'm being told, nope, I got to go here. All right. Queen of Wands. This is just what I was, oh my God, when the universe speaks, I love it, okay? When God speaks, when Spirit speaks. Queen of Wands. The universe is saying, I've given this all to you, but it's up to you to nurture your fire. It's up to you to have that strong independence. Yes, this is very feminine energy, but that's a badass warrior right there. That's a female, okay? So the universe is saying, I've given all this to you. It's time for you to nurture it. What are you going to do with it? Where are you moving with it? And now we've got the stars, the light card. Holy crap. Listen to me, Gina. Janaea, I'm sorry. One of the things that I absolutely find astonishing here is the universe is saying, I've given you everything you need. Now, it's up to you to go find it and to get used to it and to start making things doing what you want. Stop worrying about what other people think. There is hope. I've given you places to go for direction. We've given you energy. Look at all the energy coming from the star, which is the sign of hope. It's a sign of healing. I've given you everything you need. There is a time that's coming for things for you to look up and look at what we're looking at. Look up to the stars. Wow, you would not believe the goosebumps I've got when you think about what we were just talking about. Look up. Find direction from looking up. Look up for the direction in your life. Eight of Pentacles. You know what? Prudence. Eight of Pentacles. When you think about the Eight of Pentacles, eights are always about movement, all right? But eights are also about learning, about finding some things out, about discovering, and then they're about teaching. Prudence. One of the things this card is saying is as we move forward, as you look up, the universe is saying, use your brain, use the lessons that we've been given, all right? And keep your eye on the details that matter to you, not to somebody else. What matters in your life? And act accordingly. Learn from it. Show those around you what you're doing, all right? The High Priestess. Whew. Here we go. Personal knowledge, intuition, growth, all right? Understanding that you have a powerful knowledge within you. Your experiences have taught you many different things, whether they're from your belief systems to moral systems to your work ethic, all of this. But even about how things go, you have been years, Janaea, you've been years honing your intuitive skills, all right? It is time to make sure that you build a relationship with yourself and your higher consciousness. This is one of the things that's massive. Two of Swords, all right? If there's something you're supposed to make a decision on, make it. You've analyzed it long enough. You have all the information. Look, totally calm water in an air card, okay? Emotions and the air working together. Everything's becoming stagnant because you're not moving forward. Yes, you can find peace here. All right? Listen, watch, see. But one of the main things I get out of the two, again, we've got another card with the two that is saying, build a relationship, and what I want you to do is trust yourself. Once you trust yourself, you will have peace. You'll be able to move forward on some things. That's amazing. Ace of Wands, new fire. What I'm seeing here for you, Janaea, and the universe is saying, they're fixing to give you more gifts, okay? Whether it's a desire, a drive, or whatnot to move forward, to do something, to move ahead, they're fixing to open that up for you. Be ready to receive it. That's why they want you to take the blindfold off, Okay, so you'll know what to do with it. Nine of Cups, happiness, joy. Wow. I used to say, and my daughter would just drop her head when I'd say, running naked through the sprinklers. That's what we're talking about, is that overall happiness. Look at how we started. We talked about the lack of happiness in the world. For those of y'all just coming in, I found stats from a Gallup poll that said 46% of Americans right now are not happy. They're feeling unfulfilled. And even worse, another 9% are completely dissatisfied with their life, completely unfulfilled. And that's only the third time in this Gallup poll's history in the past 30 years that this has happened. What's going on? What's going on? We're all relying on somebody else too much. The Seven of Swords is here. Futility. You know what? If something's not working, let it go. Move on. Find out what is. We spend so much time. My wife gets on me, and I know I'm this way when I'm working on a problem. I will get so locked in on the problem rather than just going, you know what? Forget this. Start over, and let's go again. And sometimes I do when I get my best results is I run into this, and I don't care what happens. I will wipe out everything I did, and I start that same project completely over. But I'm more mindful of every step that I'm making up to that point so I can find out what went wrong, okay? Stop shoveling shit against the tide. That's going to be the main thing. And Janaea, finally here, we have the Princess of Wands. You know, we started out with Queen of Wands. Now we have the Princess of Wands. Get passionate about it. Be fearless in your life. Have that will, that desire. This is what I want. Go get it. That is what the universe is saying right now. Wow. Bangarang. That's awesome. You know, thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. Everybody hit the like button for me. Smash it one good time. Would be appreciated. You know, my heart has been so heavy with all the suffering happening in the mountains right now. Absolutely. All right. What does Spirit have to say to me about this? I'm praying so hard. You know, there's a lot of things, and I do want you to know, I took part in something, and I mentioned it a while back, okay? But right after this Helene happened, and it went through up into the mountains, and then we did the same thing. We're going to be doing it again on the 30th. So make sure you're here. Wednesday night, I believe it's Wednesday night, the 30th live. Laura Van Tyne and I will be live, okay? One of the things we did was we had a private meeting by invitation only with about 15 people. And we started crossing over souls that were lost, missing, dead, and didn't know it, okay? One of the things to remember, yes, hurt for them, but this is something to be thankful for. Be thankful you're not them. You've got to, whenever we see that, it should affect you. It's what we're supposed to be affected by, okay? So what does Spirit have to say to you about this? And one of the things is you can do what you can do, all right? And I don't mean this mean. Y'all know my heart, okay? You say your prayer, you lift them up, all right? Give a gift of what you can do, but you cannot be in their shoes. All right. And if your empathy is taking part, maybe it's time to put a shield up. Okay. Because we can get dragged into that, especially on an empath's level. I want you to look back at old shows, and there was one I did about being an empath and the responsibility that comes with it. So, Monica, let's take a look. We're going to ask what Monica needs to know. This is breaking her heart. One of the things I'm telling you, it just hit me, turn the TV off. Well, Rob, that's just ignoring it. Yeah, you need to step out. Remember, you have your own life to live too. There are other people depending on you, okay? What's in your control? We talked about it at the beginning, and what's not, okay? That's one of those things. So Monica needs to know what you got to say about her and just this suffering, okay? Monica, right now, you're very attuned to people's suffering. You and I both know that. The 5 of Gabriel. This is a challenge you can resolve, Withdraw from the drama of others. I love it when Spirit comes in and just says, I'm going to make sure y'all understand what I was saying was being given to me. Okay? Keep them in your prayers, but the best thing you can do is remove yourself from it when there's nothing else you can do. All right? Have patience with yourself and those around you. Look at the fire that's going here. 7 of Gabriel. Stand up for what you believe in. If you can make a donation, if you can do something to help, do it. Okay? But have confidence. Claim your own personal power. People are going to go through things. And in today's world, with all of our technology, we're all going to be part of it. My wife will tell you, okay, back at the Las Vegas shooting, when I still lived in Florida, I was not in Vegas, all right? But what happens is, and I was a victim of it, all right? They kept playing that shooting over and over and over again. And for those of us that have been around firearms, you know what's happening. You know what's going on. And all of a sudden, all I could hear was that pop, 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 pop. Reload, pop, 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 pop. I just heard it. And they were playing it over and over again. Well, my wife decides it's a great day to go to IKEA. Okay? And we're up on the second floor. All right? In some section, probably bathroom and kitchen section. All right? And I loved IKEA too, so it's not just my wife. But all of a sudden, all I could hear in my head was those pops. I wasn't there, but I've been subjected to it and allowed myself to listen to it so much, it was now starting to affect me. Was out of police work. Normally I have something somewhere, and this time I didn't. And all of a sudden, I felt like a trapped sardine. Like if somebody starts going off in here, there's nothing I can do. And I went into a panic. I literally went into a panic and had to get to the front door. Once I got sight of the front door, I was able to sit down and go, the exit's right there. We were able to finish our shopping tour. But my wife will tell you that was very real. I was sweating bullets. My heart was racing and everything else. So some of this is what we have to remember when things are going on. Stop dialing into it when you've done everything you can do. The Knight of Ariel. Notice how he's moving into the future. There is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan. Being watched over by someone kind. All right? Send your angels. Laura and I talk about, put your angels on a task. I need you to go help this family. I need you to go there. But then it is time for you to tend your own garden. All right? It's very simple. It sounds very cold. And I want you to see the Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Set up a clothing drive. Do a collection and get the money to somebody that you know will get it to the right people. If that's what's going to make you feel better. All right. But just sitting there looking at it is not going to accomplish anything but drag you down. And I need my spiritual warriors. Okay. We need them now more than ever. Wow. Banger. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting a little slow. Maybe that got a little preachy. Monica, let me know. Okay. I know you will. All right. Dr. GM, thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. Mauve Moon, hi, Mauve. Good to see you. I love today's topic. Any message I need to hear to allow me to find happiness? Yeah, and when we're done, go back and watch the beginning of the show again, because that was very important. It came across, it really came across. So don't know why. I just reached out and grabbed this deck again, Mauve. So we're going to do the angel cards for Mauve. Let's see what's going on. Let me remember. I'm trying to remember to turn this back on and see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. Mauve, here we go. All right. Thank you. Mauve, good to see you here. Everybody's getting in. Things are happening. People starting to ask questions. All right. I love it. I love it. Mauve Moon. Here we go. Allow me to find happiness. Mauve, one of the first things is take control. Happiness is up to you, the emperor. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. We'll go back. I'm going to bring this up. I had some points written down. I might try to just see if I can't bring them up again real quick and see what's going on. There were three major factors. We were talking earlier about a Gallup poll of this year talked about 46% of Americans, people in the United States, are not happy. They're not feeling fulfilled. So you're not alone in this. And that's almost 50%. And then when you hear this number, 9% more, which takes it over 50, are radically being affected by unhappiness and they're completely unsettled. All right? So now we're less than 50% of this country that's happy. So that question is a perfectly good question. And one of the things we talked about here, earlier, was when I started reading and I started researching, I looked this up. There are three main things, that out of a list of 20, I grabbed the top three, Number one, not living in the present. See how this works. You'll see number two in a minute. I'm reading some of my notes. We forget to be grateful about what we have, and we miss things that are happening around us right now that could bring happiness. Some of y'all remember another story. I was in a panic. We were on the way to work, taking my wife to work, everything else, was dealing with a lot of stuff. And all of a sudden my wife's like, turn right. And I'm like, I can't turn right. And I was literally starting to get a little pissed at her. And I turned right. We pulled over off of A1A onto the boardwalk in a little town called Indialantic. And less than half a block away, I drove into the most beautiful sunrise. I never will forget it. I still remember it to this day. And that was probably 8-9 years ago. And one of the things she said to me, remember how you tell people you have to be present? Because we're missing things that make us happy. And I would have driven right by it. We stopped, didn't care if I was late, got out, took pictures, lost those pictures. All right. But that's part of this, the emperor taking control and remembering, wait a minute, I have choices I have to make. The lovers, commitment. You have to commit to your happiness. These are all major arcana cards. So everybody, this isn't just for Mauve. I'm being told right now, this is for everybody. There is a commitment. Make choices from your heart. We see lovers here, but deep emotional commitments, the power of love. Love yourself. It can't get any plainer than that, because the next thing, number two, was about one of the worst things we can do in life is holding grudges, because we're living in the past. It's affecting our relationships now. When you think about it, you think about somebody, I'll never trust anybody again. Oh, really? So how are you ever going to be completely happy? You'll be content, but you won't be happy. When we focus on grudges, we stand more to win by forgiving and being able to start some type of closure and letting go of the past and living now and in the future. It's that simple. And the final thing was, this one was ironic, focusing on things that are out of your control. What are we looking at? What's on TV? What's on the radio? Holy crap. Mauve, this is amazing. The Empress. It's up to you. Time to act upon your plans. Time for you to create something. There's something you want to do, something you want to build. Creativity is rewarded, luxurious and abundant resources. Choices. We have choices. We have to set some boundaries. We have to lay the law down to ourselves. We have to commit to our own happiness, and we have to create our own happiness. We have to make something good. And finally, the 9 of Gabriel, the 9 of wands, okay? The 9 of fire. Stay determined and move forward. Wow. Bangarang. I don't know what more I could put on top of that about how we become happy. There's just all that could be said. You're going to be feeling beat up, but you got a fight left in you. Get up and go. Okay, that's what I got, Mauve. So wow, sometimes it can be a little direct, straight. Please, I mean not to offend anybody, but sometimes, we just got to get over it. All right, it's just the way it is. So Monica, Spirit is amazing tonight. All the cards are speaking. I am so glad. Thank you. Thank you. It helps me when I know that something's been validated or connected, because then I know it's not just me, because I always try to make sure basically that I'm channeling Spirit and I'm letting Spirit talk. Wow, you are amazing, Rob. No, everybody's amazing. I appreciate it, okay? I would challenge everybody, you can do what I do, all right? And I want more people to do it. Janaea, you are awesome, okay? And sometimes we just need, this is what I believe I was put here to do, is to show people ways to be happy. All right. And that's the reason it's so important for me to grow this channel, get out there, because I believe that through all of this, through my experiences and through my being able to listen, all right, that we're able to give people happiness, bring them joy. Let's see what's going on. Here we are. Happy to be here. Mom, we are so glad you were here. I appreciate it. You are welcome. Monica, good night, everyone. I have to go to meditation and Dharma class. Good for you. Thank you so much, Rev Rob and Tribe. See y'all Wednesday night. Ha ha. I live by, so in the Atlantic. Yes, you do. There we go. Deborah, good night, Monica. Have a great evening and see you next time. Wow, thank you. You are so welcome. You are so welcome. We all need to shine a light. Thank you, Mauve. Coming from you, that's just a massive, massive thing. So I'm going to ask, is there any other questions, anything anybody needs to worry about? I challenge you, shut off some of our technology. Say a prayer, walk up to the window, walk outside, or do what? I don't know where y'all are at, but here tonight, it's a beautiful night. And I am going downstairs from my apartment. I'm going to walk outside and just be in the cool night air. And I'm going to say thank you for where I'm at, for what we've done. And mostly what I'm going to say thank you for is thank you for giving me the wife that I have that helps me and supports me when we say we're going to sell the house and move up north. All right? No fight, no muss. She's like, that'll work. All right? When it's time to take action, she's there. She's my major support. All right? But universe, spirit, God are here. And you know what? You can walk right outside tonight and say, you know what? Thank you. I love you. Feel the breeze on your skin. Look at the stars, if you can see the stars, what's left of the moon, anything you can. And I challenge you, I solemnly challenge you to walk outside, take 5 minutes, say thank you, listen, leave the phone inside, hold your hands out to universe and say, I'm open. God, I'm here. Angels draw near. And when you do that, there is so much that they're going to lay on you and bestow upon you. And now we're taking another step toward happiness. Wow. All right. Good night, everybody. Take what you want, leave what you don't, but leave having experienced some peace, love, and light. Bangarang.